What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about a really interesting Year 2 update for Cold War that you didn't expect, potential for more Onslaught DLC, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and we're currently close to our goal of 1,000 followers over on the Facebook gaming page. Any support over there would be appreciated. I post a variety of content, whether it's extra Call of Duty topics I don't cover here on YouTube, and even coverage of other popular games that you may enjoy. Also, thank you all for the support on last night's gameplay stream, where we went ahead and used some of the new Year 2 content that is available early in Cold War right now. Had a ton of fun, some open lobbies, got some great gameplay, and even some hilarious clips that were clipped by you guys in chat. And it was a fantastic time. I'll be doing as many more gameplay streams as I possibly can. I know I go live every Friday anyway for the podcast, but I didn't earlier today because of some internet issues. I still have plenty more streams on the way in the foreseeable future. Hope to see you guys there. But also an update for ranked play in Vanguard, also developed by Treyarch, in case you guys care. They put out a tweet last night at about 10 p.m. my time while I was still streaming that ranked play is finally available to the general public in Vanguard, and it was delayed from its original release date, which I believe was going to be yesterday morning. Not sure what went wrong there, but it's out, and I'll be giving it a spin this weekend, and I'll probably put some gameplay of it in a future video. But they already pointed out on Twitter today that there are a number of issues with the mode, and I'm not really surprised, right? The mode isn't perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I didn't expect it to be a top-notch experience, considering look at how much work Treyarch has had to do over the past couple of years. And I know, call me a Treyarch shill, I don't care, but look at how there's 4 modes in Vanguard: campaign, multiplayer, ranked, and zombies, and Treyarch made 2 of them while ensuring that Cold War got off its feet. They developed COD 2020, which was going to be Sledgehammer's game, got 6 full seasons of DLC out, and 2 modes for Vanguard simultaneously while working on their next Call of Duty, which should be coming out in 2023. That's insane to me. I mean, gotta give them a round of applause for doing all of the work that I don't think any other studio could have really clutched up on. But now when it comes to Year 2 for Cold War, obviously the Vargo 52 is available to use early if you do the Unlock Challenge in Modern Warfare. I know it sounds goofy. I covered it in my previous video for those out there that are confused, and I'm sure the Unlock Challenge within Cold War will be actually released hopefully in the next couple of weeks, if not sooner. But all of a sudden, people pointed out that in Zombies, Holiday Onslaught is back, and I'm like, wait a second, Holiday Onslaught? We haven't seen that in well over a year, and it's a little late considering Christmas passed a couple of months ago, and Valentine's Day also passed, so I'm not sure how Holiday Onslaught got added back in. Could it be a mistake? We'll get into whether or not it is a mistake and whether it'll get taken out later in the video, but this is suspicious, right? I know the Jingle Hells rule set that we had on D Machine is a part of Holiday Onslaught, which is cool. You have zombies and the enemy types wearing Santa hats, holiday decorations. You have the Naughty and Nice system featuring presents, a lot of extra loot drops. It's kind of a watered down version of the amazing Halloween event that Cold War Zombies got during Season 6, but still fun nonetheless. And the thing is, Xbox and PC never got to see Holiday Onslaught for Cold War Zombies, so it's a great opportunity for them to experience something that they just didn't have access to because of PlayStation exclusivity. Now here's the thing, right? If Holiday Onslaught being added back in wasn't a mistake, and I mean, look at the menu, it says new, so again, it could be a glitch, but it almost feels like they intentionally added it back in. If this wasn't a mistake, then could more updates be coming to Onslaught at some point, or even Cold War Zombies as a whole? I mean, there are lots of rumors out there that Vanguard might not make it till Season 6, so maybe there is one more Zombies experience planned for Vanguard, and then after that, Treyarch will be free the rest of the year. They'll obviously update ranked play, and could even go back to Cold War Zombies and throw in maybe a Mosh Pit playlist of all the LTMs that Onslaught got, which Xbox and PC still never saw. LTMs include Mystery Munitions, Accelerated, Diminishing Lights, and even Onslaught Elite. And I know Containment is still available for both PlayStation and Xbox and PC as well, but there's other game modes that I think were a ton of fun. Specifically, I think it was Mystery Munitions, which featured that gun game type rule set. I really enjoyed that one, but it was only available for like a week or 2, then it disappeared. Now when it comes to unreleased maps in Onslaught, there are quite a few, and I talked about these briefly in the past, but I'm like, you know what, let's make a dedicated Onslaught video tonight. It's worth it. So we have Armada, which is a map that is for some reason playable in local, and I'm not sure why it was never added publicly, but it looks like work was done on it. Armada Onslaught does exist to an extent, but just never officially came out. We also have Hijacked, Slums, Zoo, and Zoo is just, I think, a top 3 map in this game in my opinion. I love it. And then America. And the thing about America is Onslaught isn't really necessary on that map, considering we have that area in Campaign. We also have it in Zombies in the form of Forsaken, and I really do enjoy playing it in multiplayer. We got lucky last night on stream and found it quite a few times in our public matchmaking, but I understand if it's a bit redundant to add Onslaught into America when DLC 4 for this game was America Zombies. But those are some great maps that I think Onslaught could play pretty well on, and maybe those could be released at some point this year. I think not much work would really have to go into it to make it all happen, so maybe those maps were intentionally saved in the case that Treyarch wanted to add some Year 2 Onslaught updates. And I think it also makes sense considering now that Xbox and PC have Onslaught, Treyarch might be like, well, let's add in some Onslaught updates that every platform could get at the exact same time. Xbox and PC never got the opportunity to see all the cool Onslaught updates that released over Cold War Year 1, and I think it would be great to see some more maps added soon. But that's not all. We also have the Onslaught Containment playlist, allowing you to play a very fast-paced Zombies experience on the smaller maps available in this game, particularly the maps that we see in 2v2 and even 3v3. So we have Diesel, and I'm mentioning this map first because this one's a bit of an iffy one. Diesel is in both gunfight and regular 6v6. It plays well in both, so I'm not sure where this could be added, whether it's regular Onslaught or Containment, either or, but I mentioned that real quickly just in case. We then have Mansion, Amsterdam, Showroom, and Glubico. Some great gunfight maps. I mean, all the gunfight maps for the most part are really solid in this game. U-Bahn might be my least favorite, but I think regardless of how those maps play in multiplayer, they still work very well for a very action-packed, fast-paced Zombies mode that I think a lot of people out there were looking for in an LTM, something that is a lot faster paced than regular round base, a lot faster paced than Outbreak. It's definitely a mode that became an instant fan favorite for the Zombies community, to the point where even when other LTMs were being rotated in and out over the course of Cold War's life cycle, they brought Containment back very frequently, and now it's permanent. So that just tells you how successful it was. But we then have an update that I think you guys would absolutely love to see, and that is the underground Ruka bunker being turned into either a round-based map or an Onslaught experience. And the thing is, I think it would work in either of the modes. And the thing is, the underground Ruka bunker already has a Wonder Fizz, Pack-a-Punch, your armor station, your crafting bench. Everything's already there, so I feel like it really wouldn't take that much work to just throw that into some type of Cold War Zombies experience. And the thing about these exclusive areas that are only available in main quest or other Easter eggs is that not many people, and certainly not everybody in the community, has been to that location. So why not utilize resources that were put into a very exclusive area and put it into another game mode that everybody could play without having to do a main quest? I also think a perfect time to do that would be when they add the Ravenoff operator. I mean, he's probably going to drop any day now, and it is the same skin that you see within main quest 1 for Outbreak, Operation Inversia. So I'm like, hey, might as well throw all that in at the same time. It would be poetic, it would make so much sense. But I also wanted to address whether or not content like this could disappear, right? Could Holiday Onslaught or even the Vargo 52 just be taken out of the game this weekend? It's possible, but the thing is, considering the Vargo 52 specifically isn't a leak, it just is unlockable through Modern Warfare, I don't really see them getting rid of it. I mean, if the weapon is truly balanced the way they intended for it when you use it in Cold War right now, then I don't see why they have to take it out. And even if they did, I don't think camo progress that you got for it would be erased. People pointed out to me that apparently camo progress for the crossbow was erased for people when they removed that weapon from the game since it released too early. I don't remember that happening, but I do remember being able to play Warzone, or I think it was MW multiplayer last year, and being able to unlock the Street Sweeper or even the Wakizashi a bit early, and you're able to then use those weapons in Cold War after doing that. So considering that's happened before and it happened again, I really don't see them removing the weapons. They might just treat it as something that you could do if you happen to own Modern Warfare, but if you don't, then you gotta wait until it officially launches in Cold War. Maybe it truly was a mistake, the Holiday Onslaught just got added in randomly, but I don't know. I mean, it feels like they really would have had to do something wrong, which Treyarch typically doesn't do. I mean, compared to other dev studios, they don't really make these weird mistakes where all of a sudden a playlist goes live early, or some random content becomes playable and then removed shortly after. That really doesn't happen for Treyarch games, but call me biased, call me whatever you want. I just don't see it being very characteristic of them to go ahead and do something like this. And if it was really a mistake, then it probably would have got removed by now. Now, something else I wanted to address is a bit of a problem with Onslaught and Outbreak. I feel like the success of both of these modes is stained a little bit because of Duran Fung. The fact that Duran Fung is a hybrid between round-based and Outbreak, I feel like that alone kind of has people saying, all right, they definitely need to go back to just round-based only for their next game. Don't do anything unique or out of the ordinary. Just stick to the formula. Even though, if you look back at Reddit posts, tweets, YouTube videos from before Cold War came out, people were complaining that the formula is getting old. They're tired of round-based. They want something different. Cold War offers something different, and for the most part, I think people were on board. The majority definitely was, but it was that vocal minority that was still complaining. But I think after the failures of Vanguard zombies and the fact they really tried something different that really hasn't resonated well with people, I think that alone will have people saying, yeah, Treyarch just shouldn't do anything different. Let's just go back to what we're all accustomed to. So I'm definitely hoping that it isn't the case where Treyarch abandons really cool ideas like this. I mean, being able to play zombies on multiplayer maps has been something that I've wanted to see for years and years. And I think Black Ops 4 really teased us with the fact that we saw the town below Dreisendracht turn into a multiplayer map. I'm like, all right, it's great that we're seeing crossovers like this. I would love to see more multiplayer maps that take place in familiar zombies locations, but why not just throw a mystery box, throw a pack-punch machine on some of these maps and, you know, give us something like Onslaught? And that's exactly what we got for this game, which I've been on board with since day one. But I predicted a couple of times in the past that the reason why Duran Fung is a hybrid between round-based and Outbreak and isn't just regular round-based or something else entirely is because not only did they not have time to do that, but if they would have rushed out just a plain old round-based map with such a lack of content, with no side Easter eggs, no wonder weapon, no this, no that, it would have made round-based look horrible, absolutely horrible, to the point where that might be the nail in the coffin for Treyarch Zombies overall. So with Treyarch's next game coming out, I think they certainly could bring back Onslaught. They certainly could do all of the above. Bring us traditional round-based maps with main quests, side Easter eggs, maybe even some cinematics, even a regular crew. Do the World War II system where you have a main set of playable characters, but then if you don't want to play as them, you don't have to. You can use the characters that you bought through the item shop or whoever else do you want. World War II did it really well. Also bring us Onslaught again, where you're able to play zombies on multiplayer maps. Could even do some very small side Easter eggs on some of those experiences. And then, of course, definitely bring Outbreak back. I'll be making a separate video about Outbreak this weekend since I haven't really covered it in quite a while. Bring back Outbreak and make it to where maybe you don't have to warp to different regions. Everything is one open world experience. Have rotating objectives. Have some other spicy material that wasn't in the first iteration of the mode. But I can definitely tell you that Cold War is not only a big experiment for Treyarch because they went with 3 different gameplay types. I definitely think that's going to set the foundation for what the future of zombies looks like, where they can offer different gameplay opportunities. It doesn't get repetitive. It doesn't just rely on the old formula that may not even work that well anymore, but instead is going to offer gameplay opportunities to both old and new players. Now, I know the future of Call of Duty is kind of up in the air because of the Microsoft acquisition. We're not sure what implications that'll have on the franchise. All we can do right now is speculate, but what I will say is because Microsoft already confirmed that they're not removing Call of Duty from PlayStation, even after the contracts between Sony and Activision expire, that's good news for all of us out there who might have been concerned about whether or not you'll be able to play multiplayer or zombies with your friends in the future with upcoming Call of Duty titles. But I think what's important to note is that it is confirmed. There is still a contract between Sony and Activision that lasts until 2024. So if that's the case, then there is a possibility we see another exclusive zombies experience in Treyarch's next game that's only available on PlayStation for an entire year. That could happen again, and I'm wondering if Onslaught would be the type of mode that they lock behind some exclusivity. I mean, if they're forced to choose what mode they have to put behind exclusivity, I would probably go with a Dead Ops arcade-like experience, something like Onslaught, but certainly not a round-based map or even a major large-scale Outbreak experience. Let me know how you're feeling about that down below, and what should be exclusive if Treyarch really does forcefully have to choose because of a contract between Sony and Activision. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Bit of a brief video here for you guys today, talking about this very weird and unexpected Year 2 update for Cold War Zombies that hopefully will lead to even more throughout 2022. More Onslaught maps, some other surprise zombie updates. If Vanguard's lifecycle gets cut short, then hey, that's more opportunity for Treyarch to add more to Cold War that might not require that much work while simultaneously working on COD 2023. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.